Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope you're having a great evening and so glad that you can stop by, spend a little bit of time with us. We have all kinds of fun things for you. Hi, Jan. Thanks for being here from Michigan. Be sure to let me know where you are joining us from, what's going on, what's the weather like, are you ready for the holidays, what's happening, is your gift list done? Would just love to hear all of that. I always love kind of getting, a pulse check on whether or not I'm in the minority or in the majority. I still have, I don't know, a fair amount of shopping to do. I'll probably get a lot of it done this week. The kids and I went out on Friday night. That was fun. Just me and Trevor and Kylie. Doug had other plans with some of his buddies. And so the three of us went out to the mall for a little bit, had dinner and wandered around. And that was a really nice opportunity just to spend some mom time with the kids. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for being here. Hi, everybody who's here. Nice to have you here. So glad that you're here. Thank you. I have some news to share with all of you once a few more people come aboard, and it's good news. I love sharing good news. So I'll be sharing that with you in just a little bit. Bought my last gift from Just Jill today. Well, Teresa, I love hearing that. Whether it was one gift or many gifts, I'm so glad we could help you and glad that you found some things. You know, our team works so hard to find things that are unusual or different or special or have, just something fun about them. So I'm glad you found something. Hi, Dottie from New Jersey. Not done yet. Windy, and yesterday 4 inches of rain. It poured here, Dottie, too. And very windy, chilly, damp. I mean, I guess winter's here, right? It's coming. So I'm just glad. I have to say, while I don't mind a dreary, rainy day, I kind of am glad that it was rain and not snow. I don't mind one beautiful white blanket of snow. Keep in mind, I grew up in Southern California, so that was like never part of my upbringing. And when it's cold out, believe me, snowy, icy, nasty, I look at Doug all of the time and say, what is a California girl like this doing in a place like a California girl like me doing in a place like this? But I do think a blanket of white, fresh fallen snow is very pretty. And then I'm over it. I do. It's not that I want like warm Florida temperatures. I just like everything. I like things in moderation. Well, listen, since so many of you are here, over 140 of you here, thank you. Hi, how are you? Happy Monday. Hi, Roseanne. Nice to see you. We're so glad to have you here. Megan's here. So if you have any questions about how to order, if you have any questions about any of the products, Megan will do her best to answer them. She'll throw questions up on the screen so I can see them, and I'll do my best to answer you too. Kylie is going to be doing a Christmas cam for you tonight because we did do a little bit of holiday decorating in my house over the weekend. So we thought it might be fun to take you on a little bit of a Christmas house tour. So we'll show you our Christmas tree. This is not our Christmas tree. Kylie and I decorated this today. This is my dining room theme was sort of reds and golds this year. So we did this tree in all different reds and gold ornaments, different shades of reds. There's some more burgundies. There's matte finishes, shiny finishes. We kind of did the whole thing. And then the table, right now is just covered in products, but it actually looks very pretty with the red tablecloth. I just did just a simple red tablecloth, but then I did a really pretty greenery. Can you see it? I'll just kind of turn it this way a little bit. It's a little bit of a mess, sorry. But you can kind of see we did this has like big ornaments and pine cones and things on it. So I'll take a better picture of it so you can see it. Not quite the mess that is a Just Jill show. Thank you. Decorations are beautiful. You can see a little bit of some of the things we did back there. That was one of the very first pieces. Can I show that to you? We did not carry it at Just Jill, but it was one of the very first pieces that I worked on. Oh, please don't fall. This candlestick was one of the very first pieces when QVC let me start designing pieces for Your Home with Jill, like really like create them. And I created it with Valerie Parhill. We used one of her vendors and we did this beautiful gold rustic candlestick and then a red bow, but I loved the sugared fruit that we did on that. And then the little eucalyptus and the berries. Isn't that pretty? And so funny story. When we did this piece, and we did it so that you could do the 3-inch or the 4-inch Luminara candles, we really you know me, I try to think of everything. But when we did this item, originally it was going to be some picks, which we did with fruits and things, and we did a wreath that complemented this. And I had said to the buyer, I really want to do a beautiful candlestick. Like QVC at that point had sold gazillions of Luminara pillar candles. And what were people supposed to do with them? Just plop ivory candles everywhere? Like, I felt like we needed to accessorize it. So I can't tell you how hard I had to fight to convince the buyer, who at the time was this, lovely young girl, but she was all of 22 years old, didn't have a lot of experience yet within retail or decor or anything. And I had to fight so hard. I said, please just trust me. Do a beautiful candlestick with lots of beauty on the front of it, and they will love it. It was like Field of Dreams. If we build it, they will come. And oh gosh, I remember it was like, oh, I don't know. I don't really know. Just fine. Just buy a small amount. Don't even make it a key item in the show. It'll complement everything else we're doing, but please just try some of them. So she brought in a very small amount, and don't you know what happened? I held it up like this, and the next thing you know, 5 seconds later, I was like, oh, sold out. And that really started, I know this might be hard to believe, but that really started this whole decorated candlestick look on QVC. We'd never sold these before with all of the decor in the front. Even Valerie hadn't done any in her shows. And this really started it. And from then on out, it was like every collection that we created always had some kind of a candlestick motif to go along with it. But I was so proud of that. And gosh, look how beautiful it still is, right? So it was fun when I pulled those out of our Christmas things the other day, because I was like, you know what? I'm going to use the fruit this year. I love sugared fruit. Do you guys like sugared fruit? Do you like that look? Is that something I should look at for next year? Bernadette and I are going to be going to Atlanta in January to visit all of the vendors and maybe find some new ones. So let us know what you want us to be on the lookout for Christmas 2024. Lisa said, I just received a Just Jill package today. Super fast shipping and beautifully packaged. Thank you. You're welcome, Lisa. Oh gosh, y'all, I would love to know what you've been shopping for from us this year. So please let me know if you're able to, because if your daughter's watching and you don't want her to know what you got for her, you don't have to spill the beans. But I'd love to know what you found from us, what you're excited about giving. We're going to focus on some great last minute gifts for you tonight. Madison from Bell's Popcorn is here, so we're going to check in with her in just a little bit. I want to tell you about a couple of the offers. I want to hit on Silvador. We haven't talked about Silvador much this entertaining season, and it's such a must-have and a great last-minute gift. And a couple things just to sort of set the bar for shopping with Just Jill for the holidays. Pretty much everything we have on the site, we can get to you in time for holiday gift giving at no extra charge. So don't worry about that. By the way, we don't charge for shipping. Shipping's included in all of the prices. So when you see something is $32, $48, $99, whatever it might be, that is the price. There's not another $15 or $25 on top of that for shipping. So shipping is always included. Right now, anything that you order will get to you in time for Christmas gift giving, no problem. Whether that's jewelry, candles, food, decor, soap rocks, beauty, whatever it might be, we can get it to you, no worries. So that's really important for me to share with all of you, because if you're new to shopping with us, I want you to shop with confidence and knowing that you're shopping with someone I hope you've come to trust and know, but more importantly, that you will have those gifts ready to wrap and to give for the holidays. If you're not going to be spending time with certain people on your gift list and you'd like to do bill to, ship to, we do that also. So definitely take advantage of the opportunity I just did that today, frankly. Yes, I shop at my own store and I buy the products the same way all of you do. So I just sent coffee cakes, which we're going to talk about, to two of my dear friends to make their holiday entertaining a little bit easier this year. So you can absolutely send things. You can put a little note to be included. So use that bill to, ship to opportunity if that's helpful for you. All right. One big announcement. As you know, Brenda said the Christmas earrings from Kirk's Folly. Oh, I love seeing what you all are ordering. So as you all know, because you are family, the last few weeks have been a few weeks for my family. We said goodbye to our sweet mini girl. We had a complication with Broski last week. And boy, heavy. The weight of that, I mean, I just felt like I could be Rip Van Winkle and sleep for 100 years after those 2 weeks. Today, we got some really, really, really positive news. So I love sharing that with all of you. So when we just made the decision to do the surgery with Broski, who will be 11 in just a couple of days on Friday, by the way, which in and of itself, a Rottweiler living to 11 is very unusual. We were told that the doctor really felt like what he had was an osteosarcoma. I'm no medical student, but basically that's bone cancer. And that's what we had experienced with our first dog, Duke, osteosarcoma. But there was a chance it could be this other type of cancer. But all of her indications based on where it was, how it had sort of grown, whatever, was that we were going to find it was an osteosarcoma. And in addition to that, they were concerned because they saw something in one of his lymph nodes. And then also they had seen something on his spleen. So when he had this surgery 2 weeks ago, not only did they remove this mass, which when he was sitting next to you, you would feel it. And it was about the size of a baseball, softball, really. But that was only 40% the size of the tumor. It was all internal, where it had kind of attached to his ribs. I mean, major stuff, right? When they did the surgery, they said, of course, we'll send everything out so we have a fair assessment of what really he has and what our process might be from there. Well, Doug and I, we've been down this road so many times that we just assumed it's, osteosarcoma, and, we'll probably, maybe he can do a little bit of chemo, and, that prognosis there was maybe a year if we're lucky. The results came back today. It wasn't osteosarcoma. It was the other kind of cancer where once they take it out, it's out. So, okay, awesome. And the lymph node, that wasn't cancer. No cancer there. And his spleen, which they did remove, just like in people, he can live without a spleen. That was just some kind of a hematoma. That wasn't even cancerous either. So this miracle dog who has already lived to be 11, who we thought sure had cancer in 3 places, did have cancer in the one, but it was the kind that they could completely remove. He doesn't need chemo. And today he's 2 weeks post-op, and he was so much like himself. I couldn't believe it. If you didn't know he had had surgery, you would just think this was how he always is. Well, how did we know he was feeling better? Because he was begging for food all day. He heard that I had groceries. Kylie picked up some groceries on our way over this morning, and part of them were his favorite doggy cookies. But and he smells the popcorn, I think, and the bagels and everything else. But he's great. He's great. Isn't that great news? So, and how I really know he's feeling better, he's right at my feet. Usually when I do these Facebook Lives, he's right next to me on the floor. You may not always see him, but when he wasn't feeling great last week, he would stay put. And, we've had to watch to make sure he doesn't jump because, they had to do a little bit of reconstruction across his chest based on where they had to take out some of the mass, but he's good. So my sweet Broski turns 11 on Friday, and cheers to you, buddy. Woo! We're so happy. We're so happy you're better. So anyway, that's good news. That's good news. All right. I feel like I said this, I did an Instagram Live earlier, and I said, I wish I had a good singing voice, because I feel like if you ever saw the movie Wicked or the play musical Wicked, they walk out and they're like, good news. And I feel like that's how I want it to be about Broski. Good news. Yay. All right. So all good on the doggy front. All right, let me tell you about a couple of things that we have going on. Wendy, I just came back from the European Christmas markets and saw the beautiful pewter miniature Christmas ornaments you sell. You offer wonderful products from all area of the globe. Oh, Wendy. Okay, first of all, can I tell you, that is my dream trip. I happen to notice that Lisa Robertson, was a former QVC host. She does these amazing trips, and was on a trip to the Christmas markets, and Antonella was with her, and it just looked fantastic. I've told my husband, Doug, like, I want to do that cruise sometime. I want to do that river cruise where you stop off and do all those Christmas markets. Oh, I just think that sounds fabulous. Put it on the bucket list. So thank you, Wendy. I'm so glad. If you don't know what we're talking about, do check out, we have beautiful pewter hand-painted ornaments from Germany. We carry Muller nutcrackers and the beautiful smokers that, again, all handmade in Germany, beautiful craftsmanship. So those are all available if you want to check those out over at justjillshop.com. They're just beautiful to look at, even if you don't want to pick them up. Each one is hand painted and they're beautiful pieces of art. Speaking of pieces of art, I don't have them to show you. However, when we debuted Polish pottery a couple of weeks ago, we sold out of a lot. We were able to get more back in. So if you want the little miniature cheese ladies, if you want the spoon rests, if you want to see some new shapes, head on over to Just Jill Shop, because we just added new Polish pottery items for you to shop for. Remember, we don't get dozens of one style. We might get 2 of this, 3 of this, 1 of that. So what we have is what we have. We are trying to work with this kind of warehouse to go through and find the pieces that you're wanting. And we did acquire more of the spoon rests, more of the cheese ladies, and those were all good gift giving price points too. So check those out over at the shop. Again, that's kind of a run, don't walk. Maybe open up a second window while you're hanging out with us tonight. All right, let me tell you about a couple things real quickly. Tonight, Monday night, is the last night, the last day, your last chance of 2023 to take advantage of our offer on Bagelista bagels. Normally we do 4 bags of 4-ounce bagels, so 16 bagels total for $39. Again, that includes your shipping. A couple of times a year, we work with Warren and Jenna, the founders of Bagelista, and we do 5 bags for the price of 4. Tonight is your last night to take advantage of that offer. Believe me, you want these in your freezer. You want to know you have them for New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, that snow day in February. Having fresh baked bagels, there's nothing like it. These are made in New York. They're made in Brooklyn. They ferment the dough. They boil it in kettles with the water from New York. When you bake them yourself, and again, these are half baked, so they take 7 to 10 minutes from frozen in your oven. They're delicious. They are the best bagels I've ever had because you're baking them fresh. Someone hasn't baked them fresh for you, and then you still have a day or 2 of transit. And then again, while they still might be good, they're just not as good as when you bake them yourself. And you can do a variety pack, or you can do 4 bags of whatever flavor you like. Your 5th bag will be the bagel maker's choice. All right. The flavors are sesame, plain, cinnamon raisin. My favorite is the everything. And I love the everything because it's lots of flavor, but it doesn't have the caraway seed. So it doesn't have that bite of rye. I'm not a fan of that personally. So you don't have that flavor there. Let me show you real quickly. Kylie, can you hand me one of the sesame bagels? Just hand me the sesame. No, that's everything. Sesame.
Sorry.
Thank you. Okay. So this is what it looks like. All right. These are 4-ounce bagels, everybody. Okay. So a nice size. They're what's called par baked. So the Bagelista team has sort of started the baking process. Then they package them up. They send them to you. Here is what it looks like out of the bag. And when you bake it, then see how it gets nice and golden. Look how it gets kind of shiny. So again, a hallmark of a great bagel is it's a little bit crusty on the outside, but then it's yummy and soft and a little chewy on the inside. They're so, so, so good. And bagels and cream cheese are not the only way you have to eat these. I use these as substitutes for bread when I'm doing a tuna melt. I love chicken salad on an everything bagel. You can certainly do, all kinds of, peanut butter and, just on a warm bagel when it gets all melty and it just kind of like drips on your face. There's something very satisfying about that, frankly. I make these with breakfast sandwiches for the kids. You can do slices of it a little bit thinner, toast them up and do bagel chips. But just the ability, I can't tell you how many times there will be, hi, Trevor. I can't tell you how many times it'll be one of those days where I'm like, what am I going to make for breakfast? And I pull open my freezer drawer and I'm like, Bagelista, let me get some in the oven. I happen to have a delay start feature on my oven. I don't know if you have this. If you do, it's life-changing. So I set it so that by the time I come down in the morning, the oven has already preheated. Then I put these bagels on a cookie sheet from frozen, and 7 to 10 minutes later, they are golden brown on the outside. Can you just hand me a plain one there, babe? Thanks. Like, here's the plain one. Oh, look at how shiny it gets, right? Like, that's what you want. So you have that little bit of the crusty on the outside, but soft. And when they're warm, oh, forget about it. But I baked these off this afternoon. So tomorrow I might slice this in half and then just gently warm it, or maybe completely toast it in my toaster. So usually when I never just bake one or two. I bake several so I can use it for other things during the week. But great offer. 5 bags for the price of 4, 20 bagels for the price of 16. Great flavors. I love the variety pack because, again, it's nice to have a little something for everybody, but think ahead to what's happening. Do a bill to, ship to, and send these to people so that they can get the surprise of New York bagels, keep them in their freezer. They bake them themselves, and it's the best bagel experience you will have. Unbelievable. Cinnamon raisin, sesame, plain, Jill's favorite, everything. You can get a combo pack. It gives you 1 bag of each, or if you want 4 bags of just plain or 4 bags of just everything, you can do that too. All right. I'm going to put these over there. So enjoy those Bagelista bagels because they are so good. Sandy said the bagels are so good. Ordered last week, received email today that they're on their way. Can't wait to receive them. Oh, I hope you enjoy them. Enjoy. They're so good. All right, let me just talk to you real quickly about Silvador. And by the way, I wanted to tell you, look at this cute top I have. So I found this on QVC. It's by Isaac Mizrahi. The body is like a ribbed black sweater. And then the sleeves are just like subtly sheer, but they have a little bit of velvet burnout and just a little bit of a soft gold. Megan has the information. She can put a link up for you. I thought this was so pretty for the holidays. Easy to wear with a pair of like black velvet jeans, or if you have flowy black pants, but also I would just throw it on with a great pair of like denim trousers and a cute boot. But I thought, it makes the jewelry looks nice and has just a little bit of festive. It's not too sparkly, but a really, really pretty and a very nice fit too. So just wanted to call this out if you were in the market for something for the holiday season. Don't have time to go shopping or don't know where to look. It comes in a really pretty kind of a teal color too. You know me, I always go with black, but I really like it. I really like that there's a little button on the sleeve. This has some stretch to it, so I can also pull it up a little bit if I want to. It's good. So check this one out. Megan's going to put up a link. I think she just put it up right now. So check that out if you'd like to. All right, let me just talk to you about Silvador, and then we're going to talk about Bell's Popcorn. So Silvador is an item that we found here at Just Jill. We debuted it, over 2 years ago, right after we just started Just Jill, actually. And Silvador is a way to preserve any wine that's left over in an open bottle. What usually happens, air, just like with our jewelry and how air turns sterling silver and it oxidizes the silver, right? Well, air oxidizes the wine too and changes the taste. And whether you're spending $12 on a bottle or $22, $32, $42 on a bottle, if that air oxidizes the wine, it changes the flavor, it changes the taste. And then what happens is you take a glass after it's been opened and you're like, it's just not the same. Like, what? I just opened it 3 days ago. Why doesn't it taste the same? Because air oxidized and changed the flavor. That's where Silvador comes in. So we offer a set of 2 Silvador canisters. Each Silvador canister gives you 50 wine saves, all right? A wine save is equivalent to 2 kind of puffs, if you will, into the bottle of wine. What is this? Well, this is an argon gas. It is a food-safe, non-toxic way to create an invisible layer over the wine that remains in the bottle. It weighs more than air. So essentially, when you take your Silvador, let's say you're at a party and you have a few bottles of wine left over. Somebody had a glass here, somebody had a couple glasses there, there's still wine left over. Don't put the cork back in and then just set it aside. Use your Silvador. And all you're going to do is, can you hear this? You're going to do 2 kind of long sprays, and then you're going to put your cork back on. And the argon gas is now put an invisible layer on top of that wine. So air can't get to it. So air can't change the flavor or the taste. So that the next time you go to pour a glass from this bottle, you're pouring right through it. Again, it's completely harmless. It's food safe. It's non-toxic, all those things. But you've preserved the flavor in that bottle of wine. So even if it's 3 days, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks later, if you've done your argon Silvador sprays, guess what? It's going to taste just like you opened it the first time. Before we ever offered this product, I told Gary and Jim, the founders of Silvador, I think it sounds amazing, but I'm going to try it before we offer it at Just Jill. Like, I have to know this really works, because you might look at this and be like, really? And so I did. I bought my favorite bottle of wine. I poured 1 glass. I did 2 pumps of Silvador. I came back 3 days later. I poured a second glass of wine, drank it, tasted exactly like I had just opened it. It was still fresh. I couldn't believe it. All right, let's put it to the test. Let's put it back in the fridge, half a bottle, and let's see what this tastes like after a week. I poured myself another glass. Tasted just like I had opened it the same day. And I thought, all right, so here's the real test. 2 more pumps of Silvador for what remained in the bottle. Let's see what happens after almost 2.5 weeks. And that last glass of wine tasted just as fresh and just as delicious as the very first glass when I had opened the bottle of wine 3 weeks earlier. Not only can you use Silvador on wine, you can use it on different spirits like malt scotches. You can also use it on a more expensive olive oil or a balsamic vinegar. Anything that might change due to oxidation in terms of a liquid, Silvador can preserve. So maybe you give this with a nice, beautiful bottle of olive oil that you picked up at a fancy store, and this is a way to preserve it. If you know someone who really enjoys wines and they do the wine tours and the wine festivals and all those things, they're going to go crazy for Silvador. What a great gift. And so you're going to get 2 canisters, plus as a bonus, we're giving you a bottle of the Silvador stain remover, which again, if you have a red wine stain that, gets on a tablecloth, on carpet, if you get makeup on your collar, if you have a really tough stain you can't get out, that stain remover is awesome. I use it as a pre-treat a lot. Even on like grass stains and stuff on some of Trevor's uniforms, it's awesome. So 2 bottles of Silvador, again, each bottle giving you 50 wine saves or 100 pumps. And then you'll also get the bonus stain remover. It's $34. Here's the last thing I want you to know about Silvador. Go to justjillshop.com and read the reviews, because I can sit here and tell you about it and I can share my experience, and I think that's worth a lot. But really what's worth its weight in gold are those of you who've trusted Just Jill, have purchased this and have come back and said, yep, it works. The other thing that I love about Silvador is this will last a long time. So if you bought it originally, if you've used up what you've had and you need to replenish, now's the time to do it. And finally, when you get this at home, you're going to be like, I don't think there's anything in mine. What you're going to know is you have to hear it. When you stop hearing the shh sound, that's when you know it's empty. But as long as you hear that, yes, there really is something in your Silvador. So check those out. Love that as a gift, as a good gift to give that person who's so hard to shop for, and for that person who has everything. All right. So Bagelista Bagels, that offer goes away at midnight. Silvador, get those, stock up on those. Think ahead to all the different bottles of wine you're going to be giving, receiving, entertaining with. Olive oils, vinegars, again, more like scotch, those kinds of things. It preserves those beautifully. Special deal going on that right now. everything guaranteed to get to you in time for holiday gift giving. And now we're going to spend some time talking about another brand we love here at Just Jill, another brand that we loved discovering, and this is Bell's Popcorn. Bell's Popcorn is made in small batches, fresh to order, down in Dallas, Texas. And if you tried Bell's the last time Madison was here, we would love to hear from you. And Kylie, why don't you go get ready by the Christmas tree so we can also show the Christmas tree too. I kept thinking you were going to get up and move, and you just kept sitting there. So I was like, is she not going, or what's happening? She said I was on a roll. Well, that's true too. So real quickly, I'm going to have Kylie show you our Christmas tree, and then we're going to bring in Bell's. But I want those of you who have tried Bell's Bell's. My brain's going crazy. Those of you who've tried Bell's to share your experience. This is popcorn made in small batches. We have savory flavors. We have sweet flavors. Tonight, we're going to talk about our holiday assortment. You get a little trial pack too. But before we do that, I'm going to make you live, Kylie. You ready? Yep. Here we go. So here's our Christmas tree. Ready? Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. So we decorated the tree yesterday or over the weekend. And there's just, ornaments from all different phases of our life. That was my very first Christmas ornament. My mom bought that when she was pregnant with me. There's ornaments there from Ireland. There's ornaments there. That little one that you see there. Kylie, show the special one there. My mom made that. Long ago when the kids were little, they used to fight over who got to put that on the tree first. We have ornaments in memory of people. There are a lot of Swarovski stars on our tree. Doug started collecting those for Kylie when she was a baby. So she has a beautiful assortment. Trevor's ornaments are like Batman and baseballs. There's Batman, his favorite Batman ornament that he's had since he was a kid. So again, just, I don't really do super fancy trees. I like having a tree. There's our Joan Rivers cardinal egg. Beautiful, reminds me of Joan. So, we don't do fancy trees. We do family tree. The gold garland that you see there was my husband Doug's dad, so my father-in-law's. And so it's just the story of our family. And of course, go Eagles, even after last night's atrocious game. Okay. All right, Kylie, I'm coming back to me here. All right. So now that you've seen our Christmas tree, let's go back to talking about Bell's. What we loved about this popcorn brand was, again, small batches, amazing flavors. We have savory combos. We have sweet combos. We're going to focus on our holiday assortment, but we're also going to bring in Madison, who works with the team at Bell's. She's out in Texas, and she's joining us live tonight. Hi, Madison.
Hi. I'm doing well. How are you?
Great to see you. Thanks for making time for us tonight.
Yes, it's so crazy to think that the last time that we were on live together was for the Christmas in July event. And now It's Christmas time. I can't even believe it.
It's Christmas. And I love the assortments that Bell has put together for the holidays. But would you tell people a little bit more about this company, Madison? Like, there's so many places where I feel like people could maybe, get what they think is like gourmet popcorn. So what's the real difference? What really makes Bell's so special?
So kind of piggybacking off of what you said, we really do handcraft in small batches. So every batch that we make makes about 60 bags of popcorn. So with everyone who's trying to get their last minute Christmas orders in, all of that can be rest assured that we are handcrafting it, and all of the orders that are coming in are fresh to order. This is a little bit different than how other companies have kind of taken an approach. We don't have, an inventory stocked up, ready for orders coming in. We wait for the orders to come in and make sure that everything is fresh when they go out. I really do think that is the Bell's difference, along with just our flavor profiles. It's a really exciting time, Christmas time, and I'm really excited to share the holiday bundle, just because these are some flavors that are not available even on bellspopcorn.com. So This is a Just Jill favorite selection, and I'm excited to share.
Well, why don't you take us through the 4 flavors? I have a couple bags here. Here's
Okay.
the fun part for me, Madison, is I get to eat while you talk. And Mariana, by the way, said we tried Bell's and love the caramel the best. So fresh.
Oh, yeah.
The caramel is in the Jill's favorites, which we'll talk about. But there's also like, like amazing flavors in this holiday pack, like a dark chocolate sea salt.
Yes.
There's this white chocolate peppermint. There's a corn
Yes.
fetty. And
Yes,
then there's
this
this
is the one that
chocolate
has all the
espresso. Yeah. So tell us about all of them. You pick where you want to start.
Okay, so we'll just go down the line. We'll start with the dark chocolate sea salt.
Yes.
So this is a really good one for all of you chocolate lovers out there that are also looking to get a little pinch of sea salt. It gives you a good balance. It's got the sweet and the salty. So this is a really good selection. Again, this also goes really well with coffee. So anyone who likes coffee, this is a really good pair with that one. The next one we have,
it's very light. Like that one is light and fluffy, but still has, again, like the chocolate over each one. So good. So there's no caramel on this, right? This is just a popcorn and chocolate.
Just the popcorn and chocolate. And then it does have a little bit of that sugar coating on there, so you can kind of taste it with the sea salt. So it kind of rounds perfectly together. And you'll notice that if you do receive the holiday bundles, we have the dark chocolate sea salt, and it also looks very similar to our chocolate espresso. So we have 2 that look very similar. It's the same process, different taste though.
Yeah, let's do the chocolate espresso now, if you don't mind. So we talked about the dark chocolate with the sea salt. So tell me about this chocolate with the espresso on there.
Yes. So this is a flavor that, if you're shopping in the grocery, you're looking for that flavor profile. We said, hey, we've got a bunch of coffee lovers. We've got a lot of popcorn lovers. How do we meet in the middle? Wow. And this is when chocolate espresso popcorn was born. It's a very exciting flavor. It's got that cocoa taste. We also use espresso. It's like the little espresso pellets. We grind those and we do kind of like a coating over the top of the popcorn. And it's a lighter popcorn. So if anyone has had the cinnamon roll popcorn that's in the holiday or the fall favorites, if you've tried those are really heavy dessert popcorns. The chocolate espresso and the dark chocolate sea salt are a little lighter because you've got that chocolate taste. You don't need a ton extra on there. So definitely for the chocolate lovers, that's a good place to start for sure.
And I have to say, and not overly coffee in its taste. It's not, I don't want you to feel like you're going to eat this and be like, oh my gosh, it's like coffee. There's just like the same way I would say, Madison, that the sea salt on the chocolate is just like that little kind of undercurrent. That's the same here. It's chocolate popcorn with just a little bit of that espresso flavor in there, like your most perfect mocha coffee, right? That has the blend of the chocolate and the coffee together. That's kind of like, it's like mocha popcorn.
That's a good way to put it. And everyone that tastes it has, a different perspective on it. So it's always good to hear how people perceive it. We have people trying our popcorn all the time just to make sure that we're providing the best quality of popcorn. And everyone who tries the chocolate espresso has a different take on it. So you'll have to get some to have your own take. We'll have to check back in on January for that one.
We'll get some reviews. All right, where do you want to go next? Do you want to go festive or do you want to go minty?
We'll go festive first because we're in the festive spirit. Oh, good, you've got them in a bowl. I was just going to talk about that. If you are hosting or if you're going to somebody else's house for the holiday season, this is a really good popcorn. It's very eye-catching. As you can see, it's got the red, white, and the green colors. It's all candy coated. For anyone looking for those stocking stuffers, just a little bit of kind of a pop of color. We do have an 8-month shelf life on this popcorn. So if you're worried about, is it going to last through the holidays? It will. And if you want to keep the Christmas spirit all year round, get some popcorn and then you'll be able to enjoy, just like those who keep the Christmas lights up all year round. I love the festive spirit. So,
and what's the flavor here?
Popcorn.
These kind of it tastes a little almost like fruity to me.
Yes, so I
Like
like to call
juicy
it like a
fruity.
fruit basket. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
so every color has a different fruit flavor to it. So
Yeah.
the white is a vanilla because that's more of your
Mm-hmm.
base color. And then the red is a cherry coating, so you'll taste that little bit of cherry in there. And then the
Yeah.
green is green apple. So
Yeah.
you
It's
can
so good.
really taste a different flavor every bite that you take.
It's good.
So it's a good one to share as well. The kids really love it because kids love anything with color as well. So
And then last but not least, this one. You know, I'm kind of like obsessed with any of your white chocolate kind of popcorns, but this is white
yes,
chocolate peppermint. Whoa. So talk about this one.
yes, yes. So this is one bag that I would like to say that when it is the holiday season, the facility smells like peppermint. Popping, everything smells like peppermint. It smells like the holidays. Right when you open that bag, you can smell it. It is the smell of the holidays. We do a white chocolate coating over the kernel,
It's so
which we
good.
haven't really touched on this time, but we do use the mushroom kernel, which is a thicker kernel. So you get that coating. Yes, that coating of the white chocolate. And we also mix in the peppermint pieces with it as well. So you get that right balance of the white chocolate and the
Oh, this
peppermint.
is
It
so
is
good.
so good. It is.
Like at first, I remember thinking, like, I love white chocolate and I love peppermint, but on popcorn, and boy, does it work.
Yes. Well, and I know some people they say,
Mm-hmm.
well, we like peppermint, but not too much. You get that smell. It's not overpowering. I mean, if you
Mm-mm.
want a peppermint popcorn, if you want something different to try, this is a good combination, definitely.
And I like this too because, you know, this is the kind of thing, if you wanted to do a build to ship to, send it off to somebody, like, what a surprise. They open it up, they get these 4 unusual batches of popcorn, delicious flavors, fun to try, fresh popped, fresh made, shipped to their door. But also, like, you could have this sent to you. And if you need
Mm.
that last minute teacher's gift, or, you know, it's your book club or your card club and everybody's supposed to bring a little something, $10 or less, like, you could bring a bag and put a big festive bow around it and just one bag of Bell's popcorn, and everybody's going to want to share, right? Everybody's going to want to try it. Everybody's going to be jealous. It's going to be the white elephant gift that everybody's going to be grabbing to try to get, right?
Yeah.
Because it's so good. You know, I have been a popcorn lover my whole life. You know, it's my favorite thing about going to the movies is just getting a big tub to myself. I love popcorn and I love flavoring popcorns and I love, you know, finding different ways to enjoy it. And one of the things I loved about Bell's was they've discovered how to make popcorn in so many different flavors and not the same old flavors that you see. Of course, you're always going to love a cheddar popcorn. You're always going to love a caramel popcorn. The caramel cheddar combination is awesome. But when we found Bell's and said, wait a minute, you have cinnamon roll popcorn, you have cookies and cream popcorn, you have peanut butter cup popcorn, you have white peppermint chocolate popcorn, like all of these things. We were like, wow, this is so exciting. And then to have the story of, and it's popped fresh and made fresh, and then it's sent to you. It's not like you made all of your white chocolate peppermint popcorn in February and it's just been sitting there.
Right.
It's going to be made fresh and sent out this week, which I love.
Yes, I definitely think that that flavor profile, you're really gonna get something new every single time. And um, I know we're gonna be highlighting the holiday bundles, but I personally love the peanut butter cup and I love the cinnamon roll, and both of those are a part of the fall favorites. So feel free to go check those out as well. Especially if you're a peanut butter cup fan, we use Reese's peanut butter cups and we melt it down to drizzle it over the popcorn, and we add
So
some extra
good.
dark chocolate in there too. So
Awesome.
definitely a lot of good finds, and really fun to just try something out. And one thing I did want to mention, I know that Jill had mentioned that you're going to get 4 bags of popcorn, but you're also going to get a little extra chocolate drizzle bag. So
Yes.
this is our mini little grab and go, but this will come in included in the bundle. Yes.
It's like a little
So
extra.
yeah, just to try it
Yeah.
out. And I know for some of you who checked this out when it was Christmas in July, um, she did mention that we are from Texas, and Texas gets to be about 110 when it gets super hot on those summer days. And
Yeah.
I know some of you were talking about how some of the chocolate did drizzle a little too much. Now we don't have to worry about that, because
Yeah.
anywhere we're shipping in the US, we should be good to go on the temperature. So you will be
Perfect.
getting that extra bag in there, and lots of fun to share around. I think popcorn is meant for the holiday season. It's an all
Yeah.
year round for me, obviously. It's popping all year round. But but I would say if you are looking for, something that's a little bit different, if you are going to somebody's house like that doesn't drink, like Jill had mentioned with the Silvador,
Mhm.
you don't have to use it, just for those who are drinkers, right? There's
Mhm.
other alternatives, and popcorn is one of those alternatives. Look at that. It's a it's a bundle made in just Jill heaven.
I love it.
That's
I
great.
love it.
And actually, while you were talking, Jill, before I hopped on, I was sitting there and I was taking notes. And I know my mom is watching this one right now, but I was
Yeah.
taking some notes because I haven't finished my Christmas list yet. So I'm one of those people that's kind of pushed it off to the end. So
To the
definitely going to add
end.
that on there. But yes.
Before we let you go, Madison, can we touch on the Jill's favorites a little bit? Because I mean, listen,
Yeah.
I'm a huge dessert person, and I have a sweet tooth and I don't try to hide it. I love it. But I also want to make sure that we talk about some of the savory flavors, and especially like the process that you've talked about with tossing the puff popcorn with these coatings. That still leaves the popcorn kernel a little fluffy with a crunch on the outside. But with the
Mhm.
cheddar versions, where those coatings kind of sit on the outside of the kernel, when we talk about the cheddar and the white cheddar, the cheddar kind of soaks into the popcorn, so it's a softer bite. Can you talk about that just a little bit?
Yes, so I agree that softer bite, it's a little bit different than what you would be getting at the movies. So at the movies, you've got a little bit of a crunch with that butter. Here, since ours is more gourmet, we have the bigger kernels. Like Jill said, it does soak in that flavor, so you do have a softer bite. Some people have made comments on the reviews. We always check the reviews here at Bell's Popcorn just to make sure you guys are enjoying everything. And one of the reviews that we had seen was just about the freshness. Oh, is this product fresh? And I want you guys to know we are popping this fresh from our facility, but it is going to have a softer bite to it. So just be aware of that when you're getting it. Know that the flavor is going to be there. This is a different taste than you're going to get. This is what makes us stand out from the rest. So give us a try. This is definitely the top seller in all of Jill's bundles. This is the classics, right? There's a
Yep.
reason why it's the classics. And then of course we have our top seller, which is the sea salt caramel, which kind of rounds it all together. This is a great bundle for
This
everyone
was
who's
full
looking.
when we started, by the way.
Oh, well, I'm
That
talking.
was the
This
sea
is
salt
why.
caramel. I was just munching on
This is
that.
why Jill likes to go live with me. She loves
Yeah.
she loves to get a little popcorn snack while we're talking. I love it. I
Here's
love
the
it.
white cheddar. So I just want people to see, like, it's still the nice big size, pieces. But again, like, this is going to be a little, see how it's a little bit softer in the bite, because this thing is completely drenched. Mm. And the cheese, I know what's going to happen. Sorry, Madison, I think Broski's trying to get up here. I know what's going to happen. You're going to get this home. You're going to take the candy crunch of the sea salt caramel, or you're going to get the caramel that's in the caramel cheddar pack, and then you're going to eat the cheddar piece, and you're going to be like, "Ooh, it's soft. Does that mean it's stale?" And again, you just have to get your mind around. And it was different for me too when I tried it for the first time. I was like, "This is a little different," but I kept eating it because it's so good. And it's because there's just so much flavor. There's so much of that cheese flavor in each and every one of those pieces. So I just like setting the expectation for everybody so that they don't think that it's not fresh, to your point.
Right. And one of the things, you pointed out the white cheddar. a lot of people, when they think of white cheddar, they think of like that Cheeto dust that you get all over your hands when you're enjoying it. Now, I like Cheetos just as much as the next person, but one thing I really do like about our white cheddar popcorn is that it doesn't have that after kind of coating that gets left on your fingers. So you don't need to wear gloves to, to eat the popcorn and not get messy. This is one of those that you open and enjoy, and you don't have to worry about kind of that mess that it might leave. So if you leave the kids with a bag of white cheddar popcorn, you're not going to have that white cheddar dust all over the carpet. So I think that's another good thing to mention. It does kind of separate from that white cheddar popcorn that you would kind of find on the shelf. This is a little bit different. I prefer it that way just because there's a little less mess to go along with it. So.
Yeah, you don't get like orange sticky stuff on your hands. It's not coming off on your clothes, like anything like that. But it's just, again, it's a softer bite. It's not a crunch. It's a softer bite compared to the kind of candy coated crunch that you might get in one of the caramels. Mary said, could you briefly describe the confetti one again? So can you talk about like what the flavors are and sort of what the crunch is there?
Yes, so this is our candy coated popcorn. So we have 3 different flavors that are inside of the holiday cornfetti. So we've got the red, which is the cherry flavor. We've got the white, which is vanilla, and the green, which is green apple. So you get all 3 of those flavors in one bag. It's got that candy coating, like I said, so it's got a little bit of that sugar, which is what helps give it a little bit more shelf life.
It's really good.
It is good. I love that. It's kind of like you don't know what you're gonna get. Now listening to the live, you know what you're gonna get. But
yeah,
sometimes if you are going to be sending it, like Jill had mentioned, a different ship to and a different bill to, if you are sending it to a friend, it's kind of like the jelly beans that you can get one of the different flavors. It's kind of fun. They think, oh, it's going to all taste the same. It's just a different color. This is a different flavor with each color. So it's kind of exciting, if you're sending it to the grandkids, or bringing it for, the holiday get-togethers. It's kind of fun. You can make it a little bit of a game if you want everyone to kind of guess what flavor it is. There's a lot of fun stuff to do with that. But it's also just really great to have out if anyone just needs a little snack on the way out. So
I like the idea of also putting out, maybe just, glass bowls like this with the different flavors of popcorn. Just if you're doing a dessert buffet, you have the cookies, you have the My Grandma's coffee cakes, you have all of your things, but then for people just to walk by, like who doesn't love to grab a little thing of popcorn and pop a few pieces in their mouth? Like everybody loves that. So for a party too, you don't need utensils, you don't need a big plate. People can just, kind of walk by and get a little handful. And sometimes just that amount of sweetness is kind of all you need, if you're entertaining and walking around and wanting to visit with everybody. So I think if you try Bells, you have lots of possibilities. You have gift possibilities, you have entertaining possibilities, you have, stocking stuffer possibilities. You can make your life a little bit easier, one less dessert you have to worry about. It's just so much fun. And our whole team, like we all have our own favorite flavors. Kylie loves the cookies and cream. I love the caramels, but I also, sometimes I like the savory. I do love, my favorite is when we do the combo of the caramel and the cheddar. I like the 2 of those together. But I have to say, like my new favorite might just be that white chocolate peppermint. Like I think this one's going in my desk drawer and nobody else is going to get their hands on it.
It's good. It's got a good aftertaste as well. So it's like something, that little mint flavor, the peppermint. I guilty as charged. I'm the one who kind of jumps off to the side of the screen to just get a couple of little pieces to get, just as a little snack. So I'm right there with you, Jill.
It's great. And with the Jill's favorites, they also get that bag of the chocolate drizzle to try too, right, Madison?
Yes. Yeah, and great. I think I put them off to the side. Yep, the little chocolate drizzle bag. And then possibly, you know, you never know, we might have a big, if we get enough, you know, good feedback about the chocolate drizzle, we might have it in one of the assortments coming up.
Yeah, we
Bill's
need to do
always
like a
looking
chocolate
to,
lovers. Maybe for Valentine's Day, we could do a chocolate lover set.
yes, and we do a Valentine's Day cornfetti as well with pink
Ooh,
and red and white. So maybe we
ooh,
oh, I'll have to get a
ooh.
headband for that one as well with the cute
Okay.
little hearts on it. I'll just do a different headband every time.
Perfect. That'll become your signature look for us. Mary
Yes,
wants to know, are the bags resealable? They are
yes,
resealable, right?
yes,
And you
they
said if
are.
they don't open them, if we don't open them at all, how long will they stay fresh, Madison?
It's 8 months for anything sweet or premium, so, like, the premiums are the cinnamon rolls and the white chocolate peppermint, and then anything savory, so the cheddar, so extra cheddar, white cheddar, and the caramel and cheddar, those are good for about 3 months. So
Perfect.
definitely if you're getting the savory, I would enjoy now, but you can definitely save the sweet ones for later.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Madison, for taking the time to hang out with us tonight. It's always fun to see you. Tell your mom we said hi, and everybody at Team Bells that we're so grateful for all of you, and we've had so much fun featuring you this year. We can't wait to come up with some new combos next year too.
Yes, thank you so much, Jill, and I'm so glad to hear the good news about Broski. I'm sure
Oh, thank you.
he'll be excited to spend some time with you. He seems really attached at the hip or at the feet right now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, well, thank you. And Merry Christmas to you too. Thank you again so much.
yes, Merry Christmas. Bye everyone.
Thank you. Bye, Madison. All right, so make sure you check out Bell's Popcorn. We showed you our holiday and our Jill's favorites, kind of to give you the savory and the sweet, and then the dessert combos. But we have some other assortments over there as well. That fall collection, we called it fall because it had cinnamon roll and pumpkin spice and the peanut butter chocolate. That's another really good one. And then we have another dessert favorites too. So there's different options. If you like the sweet, if you like the savory, I think you'll find something that you love. And then before I let you go, I just want to remind you, I had somebody reach out to me the other day and say, you know, are you doing any other My Grandma's coffee cake specials before the end of the year? The one that we have right now on the pumpkin spice is our last My Grandma's before Christmas in terms of a special. It will come in a special box. This is not the normal My Grandma's box. This is a special box. I just ordered 2 of these today. I sent them to 2 of my very dear friends for Christmas. So it comes in this really pretty red box. And on the inside is the 3+ pound pumpkin spice coffee cake. So the pumpkin spice uses real pumpkin puree, delicious cultured sour cream. So it's really moist. You have farm fresh eggs. You have the Madagascar vanilla. And if you've never seen My Grandma's before, the large 3-pound cake will give you about 26 slices. It has a very light cinnamon sugar on the top, and it has a cinnamon sugar. See how you have that little cinnamon sugar swirl going through there? For the holidays, this will make life so much easier. And pumpkin is not just for Thanksgiving. Like I'll take a pumpkin over a pumpkin cake or a pumpkin bread over a gingerbread any day of the week. So put this out on your dessert buffet. Know that you have something for Christmas Eve, for Christmas Day. It's also kosher, certified kosher. So again, a thoughtful gift for anyone on your list who you're just wanting to send a little thoughtful thinking of you to over the holidays. I sent it to 2 of my friends. One has a big family gathering. The other has friends and family coming in from out of town. I thought this would just make one of those events so much easier, whether it's breakfast in the morning along with a casserole and fruit, or whether it's sitting around in the afternoon with a cup of coffee and how about we put out some coffee cake. And don't just think of this as coffee cake, everybody. Think of this as a pumpkin cake. So this is not just for breakfast. It can be for dessert. Nobody's going to be like, can you believe she put out a coffee cake for dessert? They're going to be like, where did you get that pumpkin cake? I want that recipe. And you can say, oh, you know what? It's my grandma's. I can't share. But it's so delicious. It's so flavorful. Mm. That just little bit of cinnamon sugar on the outside is just the right amount. It's so good. Usually that 3.1 pound cake in the normal My Grandma's box is $48. And that's our everyday price. It's a great price compared to what's out there in the market. Remember, shipping is included in that price. But for the pumpkin spice in the special box, only for a few more days or while supplies last, instead of $48, it's $42. And you get the special box. So pumpkin spice, pretty much on sale, great value in a holiday gift box. Great way for you to do a bill to ship to. If you send it to yourself and want to stick it in the freezer, it's good in your freezer for up to 9 months. Just keep it packaged exactly like it comes. What I often will do is I cut it into quarters, and then I package it back up in the bag, in the box, in the freezer. And then occasionally I'll go in and I'll pull out one of those quarters. And then that quarter can be, cut up into about 5 or 6 pieces. And then we have that to nibble on for a day or two, for easy breakfast, or if my mom stops by or whatever. Sometimes I'll take her one of those quarters, and that lasts her forever. So enjoy the My Grandma's special that we have going on right now. Again, beautiful box, kind of this pretty updated red box for the holidays with the pumpkin spice cake on the inside. I'll show it to you. They come packaged perfectly. By the way, all of our My Grandmas have like 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. That's how it comes packaged, just so you can see. This is not the itty bitty cakes. This is the huge 3-pound plus cake, the biggest that My Grandma's offered. And that's the value that we're able to give you here at Just Jill. I've been so lucky to carry My Grandma's at Just Jill. It's one of my favorite food brands. And thank you to Bob Katz and his team for being so good to the Just Jill team, and especially the Just Jill customers for bringing us these special offers. So enjoy the My Grandma's while you can. All right, I'm going to go over to Kylie real quickly. Brenda said, I just ordered your Jen Labradorite and Pebble Jasper bracelet, my favorite, gorgeous. Oh, Brenda, I'm so glad. Well, listen, if you're a fan of Power Beats by Jen, Jen's going to be with me live tomorrow night. So be sure you come on back, because Jen will be here tomorrow night. We're going to talk about a lot of the beautiful bracelets. All of our Power Beads are on sale right now. You guys know that, right? Like, we've never done that before. We've done a bracelet here or a bracelet there. It was a big deal when we put the Just Jill heart bracelet on sale. The entire Power Beats by Jen assortment is on sale. All of them are $39. Great price, great gift giving. Doesn't matter what the theme is, what the stone is, they're all on sale for $39. So check those out while you can. And then let's go over real quickly, because I want you to see Kylie. Here we come, Kylie. Here's another little area that I decorated. So some of you might recognize some of these pieces. These are pieces that I worked on years ago for QVC. And when certain pieces came along, like, I went for them. But I will say that spray that's in front, that was from the Just Jill collection from here this year. That was the set of 2 sprays, and then that pretty silver sleigh. I'm going to work with that manufacturer to see if we can bring that back. But I just wanted to do a pretty little sort of like silver and white. Of course, I have a Just Jill candle burning. And then that big, huge Santa. So I haven't finished hardly doing any of our holiday decorating. We've got the tree on. We worked on the dining room because we knew we were going to be here tonight. But if I'm lucky, I'll get a little bit more decorated tomorrow, and maybe I can show you some more then. Hey, before we go, any questions about anything? Izzy said, I got a set of the 2 12-inch angels. They look fabulous on my bay window. Oh, I'm so glad, Izzy. I'm so glad you love them. I would love to know, again, post pictures, put them up on our social media, use hashtag JustJillBauer, and we'll go and check those hashtags and see how you're decorating your home. All of our holiday decor is all on sale. So if you're, looking around and seeing some bare spaces of things that you'd, like to fill in, be sure to check that out. I was just checking to see where Broski was. All of our holiday decor is on sale. We're kind of down to final quantities. At last look, I think we have 8 of our Buyer's Choice gingerbread Santas left. So if you've been thinking about him, he is on sale for $79. And when he's gone, he's gone. We started with 150 of him, and we have 9 left. Kylie, can you show these Santas real quick? I'm going to show you guys one more thing. So, for years I worked with Richard Simmons, and he had his wonderful doll collections at QVC, and he worked with an artist. I'm pretty sure her name was Rosemary Volpe, and she did these incredible Santas. Be careful, Kai. You're standing right in the light there. My husband Doug started collecting Santas when he was in college, and so when I saw these Santas, I started collecting these Richard Simmons Santas for Doug. So I'm going to show them to you here. Some of you might remember them if you're collectors, but here they are. So we do these in our bay window. So there's the one. Like just the detail on them. Look at that face. Isn't that just amazing? He used to have a teddy bear that he held, but one of the dogs ate it. And then here is like a Father Christmas with that sweet baby. I love the look of him all dressed in white. He's just beautiful. And then finally, the last one is sort of a toy maker Santa. Again, he looks so jolly. He has a cute little toy in each hand. He has oranges and candy canes in his pocket. Look at all of the toys, but the costumes. And again, it's really the face. It's the sculpt of the face on those Santas that make them so just incredible in terms of their artistry. So just a little look at some of the things that we use around our home to decorate. And I've been honored that so many of you have chosen to decorate your home with things from Just Jill. So thank you. All right, listen, we're going to wrap up. Susan, when am I on with Jay again? Oh, super excited. So next Tuesday, the 19th, I'm on for a couple of things. I'll be on in the noon show. I have my first 1 hour show at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then I'll be in an evening show. So those will all be on December 19th. It is an all-day jewelry event on QVC. And I just got some of my scheduled times today. So I'll be in the noon show. I'll be in the 2 o'clock full 1 hour with Jay from 2 to 3 p.m. And then we have an evening, there's an evening jewelry show, and I'll be one of the guests in that show too. So I'll look forward to seeing you there. I'm doing a live stream with Angela from Jay on Wednesday. We'll have more details for you on that as we get a little bit closer. So for now, I'm going to sign off, everybody. Again, see you back here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern time with Power Beads by Jen. We'll tell you about a few more of our holiday offers, so check those out. And if you are looking for great little gifts, check out some of the great offers we have on our night lights right now too. Those used to be $29 for one, 2 for $50. Now it's $25 for one, 2 for $40. So check those out over at justjillshop.com as well. All right. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you back tomorrow night. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you soon. Bye.